Hello everybody and welcome to another fun-filled adventure with your host, Old Blue Eyes 41. This is kind of going to be my relaunch of my Let's Play streams. I'm of course going to be attempting to play, as you see, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. This is just dropped in Steam. It was originally released on PC way back when I was a young buck. I wasn't great at PC video games at that time, so I never really got a chance to truly play through it and truly enjoy it. I played it with a bunch of my friends for a while. We had a couple of LAN parties, but those I never actually finished the game. So that's what we're going to be attempting here. Quick glance through my options. Let me make sure everything's working right. D&D hardcore rules. Hide story tiles. Auto. I don't know what that means. Oh, second story tiles. Duh. Violence level full. Sure, that seems fine. Whatever. Sound options. Sound looks like I'm running my sound okay. I hope it's not too loud or too soft, but I guess I'll check those, and if it's a problem, maybe I'll try to fix it in post. If not, who knows. But anyways, here we go. Onward to adventure. We're going to be playing the original campaign, Neverwinter Nights Prelude. Alright, and we're going to create a new character. Any of you guys joining me to watch the actual gameplay? This is not going to be any gameplay in this episode. This is purely going to be setting up my character, getting into the game, getting it saved, everything like that. Because I do have to change the UI settings in between each video, which is kind of annoying. So maybe I'll find another way to record the cutscenes rather than having to change the UI before each one. Because there's going to be times I'm not going to know when a cutscene's coming up. We, of course, are going to be a male. Human. This is D&D 3rd edition rules, I believe, so humans get a bonus starting feat, which is a very powerful ability, which generally helps power up characters more quickly than regular skills and things like that. I'm going to be playing a wizard, because I'm going to be playing a relatively evil character, something I've never really done in really any RPG series, with the intent of becoming a necromancer. So this should be a lot of fun. Our goal in this game is going to become a Pale Master. Pale Master seems like they will be a pretty powerful class, especially because they become undead, and they can do things like paralyze. They can get immune to the hold, paralyze, and stun. Paralyzing touch can be used 3 times a day. And then they can summon a bunch of greater undead to help them fight. So I think that's going to be our goal. We're going to be kind of a petty wizard, but I'm going to be multi-classing as a fighter for a couple levels, because I believe, every wizard needs to fight a little bit. But I want to get to Pale Master as quick as can. So we're going to take the majority of our levels in wizard. But I am probably going to take a couple fighter levels along the way. We are going to be... We can't be any good in order to become a Pale Master. A lawful evil methodically takes what he wants within the limits of his code of conduct. He cares about tradition, loyalty, and order, but not about freedom, dignity, or life. He is loath to break laws or promises, partly because he depends on order to protect himself. Some lawful evil villains have particular taboos, such as not killing in cold blood, and imagine that these compunctions put them above unprincipled thugs. The scheming baron who exploits his people, lawful evil. Lawful evil represents methodical intention of evil. I think that's going to be our character. He's going to be cold, calculating, and self-serving. Alright. Number one thing we're going to want is an 18 intelligence. That's going to allow us to just destroy things. We're going to... Normally you want to put wisdom into a... mage, because he's probably going to get hit with a lot of spells, but... it looks like I'm going to have to avoid that. Constitution, 10. Let's see how many once I get everything to 10. Alright, I got 6 points to play with. Since I am going to want to go into hand-to-hand combat occasionally, I'm going to want to have a decent dexterity. I'm not going to be able to wear armor as a fighter wizard, so having a decent dexterity is going to help lower my AC a little bit, and let's give myself a little better chance to hit. This looks like it's going to be my character. We're going to configure our own package just because the things they gave you are kind of wonky. Concentration you're going to want. That allows you to keep casting spells even though you're getting beat on in melee combat. Heal allows you to use heal kits better. Those are, you know, healing items that allow you to heal yourself for a couple points of HP, and you know, and the such. Lore is good because that's going to allow me to identify magic weapons. And last but not least, spellcraft. Tumble is what I'm going to want as well, especially if I'm ever going to be moving into melee combat. Every 5 points of tumble, you get a +1 to your character's armor class. It is probably the most useful skill, in this game at least. Concentration is pretty useful as well. Now I've got 8 points remaining, so I can go with a 2 and 2 and things I don't have. Let's go with the speech. I'm going to be using Intimidate a lot because I'm not going to have a great charisma. As you saw, I'm a -1. Hopefully I can intimidate people rather than have to actually talk to them. And then last but not least, you know what? We're going to do Ride. Why not? Maybe we'll get a mount one day. Alright, now this is what I was talking about feats. Every character at first level starts out with 1 feat. We are going to get 2 because we're a human. Humans are generally the best multi-classers. Since they do get this bonus feat, they don't get take penalty for multi-classing with any class. Excuse me, I got a little frog in my throat. But we are going to go ahead and go here. Let's take a look at what we want. We are going to be mostly a caster. This character is adept at casting spells in combat and does not suffer the standard -4 penalty to concentration checks when casting defensively within 4 meters of an enemy. That could be powerful. Let's go ahead and go with that, just because I do plan on, you know, trying to be a melee fighter at some point during this run. And we're going to go spell focus on necromancy, just because we're going to be a necromancer. We're going to raise undead. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. So if I do focus on necromancy, they prohibit certain skills. So this is what you do at first level. You get to pick your spells, unlike clerics who know all their spells at first level, or any level they get up to for that matter, because they are granted them by their god. Wizards spend all their days studying, so they have to study these spells to make themselves amazing. Summon creature, that's going to be our first level spammable spell. We're going to want to spam that as much as possible. First level, starting out for wizards can be kind of tough, just because you don't have a ton of hit points. You're going to have a terrible AC. I'm going to go ahead also, magic armor is one of my favorite, especially if I will be getting into close combat eventually. That will help me lower my armor class to a semi-respectable amount. Burning Hands, just because it's a good AoE. I'll have to be careful with this, as I am playing hardcore rules. I will be able to cook my own people. I'll have to watch out with that. Ray of Enfeeblement's a really good spell as well. That gives, I believe it gives a -4 to 1d6 strength damage. +1 per 2 levels of the caster to a maximum of 11. So you can really lower the strength of an enemy by zapping them with that. Shield, now that is a powerful spell. If I meet enemy casters, this is what I want to drop on myself to save myself from magic missiles, and it gives me a +4 to my AC. That's pretty good stuff. So then it looks like it will stack partially with Mage Armor, because Mage Armor gives you a bunch of bonus. And when they came in the 3rd edition, they split up the way you actually got armor class into a bunch of different categories. I got 2 more spells, 1 magic missile, and I think the last one is going to be Sleep. All right, looks like we are all kitted out. Now we get ourselves. Wow. Why is the Panther so much better than the Hellhound? I mean, I'd like to go with the. I'm gonna go with the Hellhound anyways. We are gonna name our Hellhound. We're gonna bring Cerberus with us. Cerberus the Hellhound. We're gonna want to go with a Necromancy looky face. That looks pretty necromancy to me. We are gonna be a middle-aged guy, so let's go with the black hair.
Attack, I say.
Middle-aged. We are going to be playing a character I used to run all the time. Mercutio, you guys might remember him from Shakespeare. He is, of course, one of the titular characters in God damn it, I can't remember the name right now. Romeo and Juliet. I kept brain fart, my god. Well, I just spent all day setting up this new setup so I can actually record properly and sound much better. You might notice an increased sound quality in my new videos. That's because I am using an actual microphone rather than a wonky headset joint. Last name, I think he was a House Capulet. So, there we go. Actually, I believe he was a Montague. Mercutio Montague. Alright, well, whatever. I don't really know. Let's get us something crazy.
Suffering.
That doesn't sound like me. My guy doesn't want to see suffering. Suffering just is kind of what he does to get his things. That sounds good. He's a very powerful character. Alright, everybody, we are going to go ahead. I'm going to watch through the intro video here. As soon as I hit play, that will run. And then after that, I will be ending the video. And the first episode will be starting right after this.
The Frozen North, the name given to the stark and unforgiving frontier that lies beyond the high moor of Faerun. A bleak wilderness where barbarian clans and tribes of giants roam the land and fierce dragons rule the skies. But amidst the frozen savagery stands a bastion of civilization, the city of Neverwinter, Jewel of the North. Behind the city's high walls, those both hardy and brave carve out an existence from this bleak land under the guidance and protection of the legendary hero, Lord Nasher Alagonda. Yet there are some things that all the courage in the world cannot stand against. A virulent plague swept the city, a terrible affliction that began in the Beggar's Nest. Soon, all of Neverwinter would feel the touch of the Wailing Death. The disease could not be cured. Panic ensued. The streets erupted into violence. The Jewel of the North was brought to its knees. To save Neverwinter, Lady Aribeth de Tilmarand, Paladin of Tyr, and Lord Nasher's right hand put forth the call for a champion. A rush of would-be heroes answered her call, some drawn by promises of grandeur and glory, others by the lure of gold. Those with the greatest potential were initiated into the academy to train and study under the greatest minds of Neverwinter, all in the hopes a champion might emerge to save the city from the Wailing Death, and whatever sinister force might be behind it.